To me, contested agronomy is about putting some of the context back into the science of agronomy instead of trying to be neutral scientists and only think about technologies, to put sort of the people and the politics back into what those technologies mean, and really thinking about how discussions and arguments about how that's either good or bad or otherwise.
I think contested agronomy is about understanding disputes within the discipline and trying to understand them a bit wider than just focusing on the technicalities of those disputes over yields or particular technologies, but trying to understand what drives the difference of opinions and the different findings and who's involved, whose interests, but also to situate those contestations in a wider social environment.
Well, first of all, it means fascination. I heard about the book that was published in 2012, and I was immediately interested because I saw, as an agronomist, me and my team making assumptions about how our work might affect the community, sort of what are the broader implications. And contested agronomy is a chance for us to critically evaluate what we are doing in terms of the impact on a broader, the broader society, and it has forced us to rethink our assumptions and broaden out our thinking as we develop hypotheses in agronomy. And I think it also is part of a trend to have institutions like universities be a little less focused on specialization and a little broader. So that's what it means to me.
It's plural perspectives. It's not just one answer, and it's not just one way of looking at things. So, for instance, when I work on conservation agriculture, I'll look at it from the economic aspects, social aspects, labor needs. But at the end of it all, I realize it's also about the politics. And it's not a political project. You have to look at the politics and different actors and different interests. So that's what contested agronomy means, different perspectives.
Let me just give one example. So if we just see the cover of this abstract page. So what is the vision that is coming out of this contested agronomy thing? So it's only about the crops. There are no people in this cover. So contested agronomy for me means like when the knowledge produced by the scientific community meets the real people. So how the farmers use the knowledge which is being produced by the scientific community. So that's one side. Similarly, how other groups or other stakeholders, how they use the knowledge which is produced by different kinds of communities in connection with agricultural research. So that's contested agronomy for me.
For me, contested agronomy is moving beyond the facts and beyond what is the regular business, and moving and thinking beyond what do facts tell us, and talking about how are these facts made. So in India especially, I do not know about other cultures, but in India there is documentation has never been a part of things or knowledge making. There are oral traditions, there are tacit ways of knowing and doing things. So for me, it is acknowledging these tacit ways, acknowledging other ways of knowing things rather than documented, very rigid forms of knowledge making.
Science thrives on debate. Without debate, we have, for me, no science. Contested agronomy and the experience of the last few years of living contestation, particularly around one theme that I've been involved in, has really led me at times to despair. It's led me at times to euphoria. But above all, I think it drives me to develop sound arguments to back up my own science. And that for me has really been the power of the contested agronomy.